So working in a small space has its challenges. As you can see, it's busy. So I've started moving some stuff outside, but yeah, it's just full of crap and I can't work like this. It does my head in. So today, now that we've got the motor out of here, got that in some tubs, which are for me for cleaning and going through and starting to find replacement parts. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit of a clean up and try and get a bit of order, because it's just doing my head in. And obviously when you got the car apart, you've basically got, you know, lots of parts of the car here. Yeah, I got the whole car off, pretty much all the bodies off the car. So yeah, see what we can do. So I've got a bit of a system going here. So doing cleaning in the parts cleaner. As you can see, that's our front plate, engine mount plate. That's been cleaned up, looking much nicer. So we're cleaning in here. Got some heavy duty degreaser-y, washer putty thingy doobly. Then we're coming out here and we're using some degreaser. So this is our bell housing and Tilton bearing thing, me doobly. This feels a little bit smooth, but there's a slight grittiness to it. So I'm assuming that's probably done a fair bit of time. So we might order one of those because probably the smart way to go. And the clutch here, I found actually bits of the spigot bearing amongst the clutch. Doesn't look like it's damaged it. It's obviously done a bit of work. Someone smarter than I will be like, Ren, that's fucked. Ren, that's fine. I probably want to measure these. Probably look on the Tilton thing and just see what they're like. So yeah, it's an OT2 Tilton. Pretty standard stuff. So I've been giving that all a clean. I'm going to do that for all the parts that have come from inside the engine and around it and whatnot. And then obviously work on stuff on the car as well. Been working on making up the top bar that will release out. So I'll get my mate to come around, who's a really nice welder rather than my shit welding. So that's all sort of set up. I'm going to fill in these holes as well because they're crap. We don't need them, just clean it up. So that will be able to be pulled out, and then we're going to make a piece there so that bolts in. So I'm making sure that I remove these gaskets carefully, not to reuse them, but just so I've got them as a reference, so I don't throw any of my gaskets away at this stage, because I'm still learning about these Dodge motors. So I see that there's some slight variations on things. I'm not sure how much, but if I keep them that way, when I get one or I'm looking for one, I can measure it or at least compare and make sure I've got the right one before we start putting this back together. How good does this look? So this was black in here and a bit of rust and everything, just gunked up, burnt, dead oil. This motor we suspect sat for around about 10 years. So yeah, she's going to be so much happier. Everything looks nice. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. Look, I want it clean. It's not a show car, it doesn't need polished, but I want it nice and clean and ready to be put back together. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with this, how this is turning out. How this part washer, I had to sort of bite the bullet and get one because I didn't have one, and I have got shitloads of stuff to wash. So yeah, so these 3 tubs are full. So what do we got left in here? So everything's bagged up. So that's rocker pedestal, I would say. Yeah, dizzy holder. So I'm going to clean all these, clean everything, put them back in their bags, make it all nice. Go parts washer, you good thing. So I've been watching a Tilton video, having a look at the clutch, and from what I can tell, this has had a hard, I think when that spigot bearing is let go, because it's all got grooves in here, which in the Tilton thing they don't have. So I'm gonna have to look and see if they've got those grooves on any of them, but they seem to be worn in. And also what I've noticed is on these teeth, they've been damaged. They're not nice, and they don't sort of, some of them, let's have a look. Yeah, so like this one, the teeth are really sharp pointed, and where this one, they come up and they've got like a little flat and then down, which is what I'm assuming they're meant to be like. So what's happened when that spigot bearing has let go, because the main shaft in the gearbox has let go, is it's been banging around and it's been doing this, and I'm assuming caused this damage here, which is quite deep. So there's probably going to be a fair bit of slop in this clutch. So I'm assuming I will need to find another one of these. That is the serial number, if anyone knows. But I'm going to look around and probably use this one, just keep this one as spares. So another thing to get. But I just sort of don't see the point in, do I chuck this back in? It's pretty fucking, it's had a bit of a flogging. That seems pretty silly. They're not cheap though, but yeah, I suppose that just pushes things back a little bit further. But anyway, it is what it is. From what I can tell, yeah, this clutch has had quite a life, which is fine. She's done well. But yeah, may need to replace that too. So the next thing I wanted to do was put the gearbox back in. So I was able to do that because we've got a rear gearbox mount, and the way it mounts to the bell housing is part of the engine mount setup. So got all that back in, so that way I can start, once some hose arrives, plumbing up the gearbox cooler. And we've just put I've just put another temp gauge in, so wiring that in as well, and just when I'm stuffing around with seats and everything, my gear position is in the right spot. My gear lever is in the right spot. So yeah, still waiting on the regs for seats, just to see what's happening with that. Waiting to hear from MA and from Sports Sedans, so we'll be able to then move forward once we hear that. I'm sure there's a few people waiting to hear what's happening with that. What else? I don't know what else. Just stuff. I'm just going to bring you lots of videos, try and keep them short, see what I'm doing. I don't know why, it's something to do, motivate you guys. If old Scribblehead can do it, you can do it, yeah? Motherfucker!